Hello everyone, Carmen Molitor with the Pinnacle team at RE/MAX Properties, and I'm so excited to introduce you to this wonderful gentleman sitting next to me. I took a class a little while ago and he was one of the instructors, and since then we've had him teach some of our existing clients. Some of you actually attended that session, and he's here to talk to you today about reverse mortgage in particular. Introducing Ryan Jahnke with 719 Lending.
Thank you very much, Carmen.
Yeah.
You were all very lucky to have Carmen on your team because she's so interested in educating and giving you guys valuable information. So thanks for having me.
I was so impressed with you, and I still am. And we're doing our first reverse mortgage together, and it's going great, and I'm so excited about it. And it's really been a helpful tool for our clients already.
So I'll tell a little bit about reverse mortgages.
Awesome.
So most people think about reverse mortgages as it's just a refinance at a house that you already have, just to get rid of the mortgage payment or provide some monthly income. But about 15 years ago, it started off that you could buy a house with a reverse mortgage. So people, like people who are over 55, it used to be you had two options. Either you're buying all cash, right? So you're very limited, or you're getting a conventional mortgage where you're obligated to make monthly payments for about 30 years.
Yeah.
So now we've got this thing called reverse for purchase. And with the way it works out is you usually need to bring about 60% of the purchase price in cash, and the rest is lent as a payment-free mortgage. And then you buy this house with no payments.
Yeah, and you've got all that extra money that you can invest in other places, like taking Carmen out to lunch maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
that could totally work. And it's like you can either upsize from the house. Maybe you just sold a house, if you moved out of the family home, because it multiplies your buying power. Or you could downsize into something that's gonna fit your needs long-term, and then you end up with a lot of money left over to take Carmen out to lunch.
And Ryan.
I'll jump in.
That's awesome. Yeah, so Ryan, thank you. I mean, I was of that same mindset before I took your class, and now I've spent much more time with you learning more about this amazing product, thinking that reverse mortgages were bad, that, oh my gosh, the house is at some point gonna be worth less than you owe on the mortgage, and now what? Now you owe the difference. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Like, I love to say that all the things you've heard about reverse mortgages are true, right? At one point in time, like in 1989. But all along the way, laws have been changed, consumer protections have changed. So we have this new consumer protected reverse mortgage that none of that stuff is the case. So it's a non-recourse loan, which means you're never gonna be obligated to pay more than your home is worth, right? Even if you're underwater. So we're talking worst case scenario, you hand over the keys. Your family, heirs, no one is obligated for this loan.
So when do you have to turn over the keys?
Right, so when you get a reverse mortgage, even if you're purchasing a house with one, you have the right to stay in that house for the rest of your days, all right? And if there's spouses, then the last living spouse can stay there as long as you want, no matter what. Doesn't matter what the balance of the loan is. So if you want to sell that house, right, then the reverse loan gets paid off. Worst case scenario, you hand over the keys if the loan is high, right?
Right, so if you owe more than the house is worth, you just give the keys back. You don't have to pay the difference. That's great.
Yeah.
And then if you're, in your class, you said if you're, well, obviously, if the worst case you die, then your kids sell the house, and they have a lot longer to sell a house than a typical mortgage, right?
Yeah, it's another good thing. So like if you have a conventional mortgage on your house, that mortgage payment still needs to be made the next month after you pass, right? Your family has to pay that. So with a reverse loan, you get 6 months to put your family's orders in affair. Did I say that right? Affairs in order, that's what it was. But it just didn't sound right. So you got a little more time. And then, and it's actually, it ends up being a great blessing. Yeah.
And the other catalyst for that, when you have to give the house back or sell it, is after you've not been in the home for a year, more than a year, correct? Yeah. So if you end up in a nursing home or some kind of long-term care facility.
Yeah, so the times where the loan is over and needs to be paid back is, if the last remaining spouse passes away, if you sell the house, or if you change title to the home. So if any of those things happen, then that's when the loan gets paid off. So let's say you pass away, your family can keep the house and refinance it. They can sell the house, and any of the proceeds beyond what the loan balance is go to your family.
And if there aren't any proceeds because it's not worth as much as the loan is, they don't have to pay the difference. But the numbers that you guys use in determining the mortgage rate and the appreciation rate are really conservative. In the Pikes Peak region I can speak to personally, the typical appreciation rate is right around 5% per year, and you guys use a rate of 4% appreciation per year.
Right, and our projections, yeah.
And so it's an adjustable rate mortgage. And so what is the cap on that rate?
Yeah.
How high can it go? Well,
So,
I guess that's not the only option, but that tends to be the best option.
Yeah, it tends to be by far the best option because you get the most benefit out of your house. So the cap is 5% more than it starts. So if it starts at 5%, the interest rate charged will never be over 10%. And I like what you said as far as the projections. Most people in the Pikes Peak region, they don't go underwater. Actually, their home equity is preserved. Because if your whole home value is going up 5%, but the typical interest rate on a reverse is about 5%, and that's only a portion of your home's value.
Right.
So like your equity still is being preserved in most cases.
Yep, that's awesome. So the other question we hear a lot of is, well, does the bank own my home?
Definitely not. So yeah, no bank will ever go on title to your home. You are the owner, you get all the benefits of ownership. You have to follow just a few simple rules. Like you gotta pay your property taxes, just as if your house was paid off, right? You gotta pay like your homeowner's insurance. And if you have an HOA, you gotta stay up on that stuff. So it literally acts just as if the house is paid off, but you don't have all your money stuck in there. You're not making mortgage payments every month. So that could go to investments or helping family. And
that's
awesome. You can save money for your own nest egg.
Well, and speaking of investments, there is a really cool feature on the reverse mortgage that I had no idea about that's really neat, and that's you can actually invest in having a line of credit with that reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, I'd love to. So on most of the reverse mortgages that we do, even if you're buying the house with a reverse mortgage, you never have to make a payment. But if you have extra money and you want to, what it does is it funds a line of credit. And this is the coolest thing. So if your mortgage is being charged, let's say a 6% rate, your line of credit is a guaranteed growth at 6%.
Where
so
can
it
you
matches.
get that? Anywhere. That's
crazy. At the bank, you get a small percentage, right, of 1%. But like 6% guaranteed no matter what the market's doing, because that's what your loan's being charged. So it's amazing.
And that line of credit can be used for anything or
anything.
Just, oh nice.
Yeah, it's your money.
So you need a car, you want to take that money and buy a new car. You can.
Vacation.
Yeah, I love it. You can take me on vacation too. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today about this amazing product. You guys, call us today because this is a game changer for so many people. I'm so excited about it and so excited to be working with you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a privilege.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye.